Hey, what's up? This is Drake Bell, and I am here at Exa Live. And this is I Know. All alone, guess again, you've been known to take the hand of any man who will fill your fantasy. You're there, a big mistake. You're the pride of every fake that comes around this messed up town. And you know, and I know, and I know, it's always better when you know. And I know, and I know, it's always better when you find out we've been lying, cheating, baby. Give me a sign, give me a reason, make up your mind. And darling, only a fool couldn't see through us. Know what we do, know what we do. Just because you're a fan doesn't mean you've joined the band and found a way to make them think that you're a star. Silly girl, only I can fool the world, it's plain to see. 'Cause you're just like me. And you know, and I know, and I know, it's always better when you know. And I know, and I know, it's always better when you find out we've been lying, cheating, baby. Give me a sign, give me a reason, make up your mind. And darling, only a fool couldn't see through us. Know what we do, you know that it's true. The things that you do, I'm out of my mind. In love with you. Gracias. I love being here at Exa. It's always a great time being able to come here and showcase my music. And Exa's always been such a big supporter of my music. You know, I've played their festivals, and they're always letting me come in and perform. And so it's always a great feeling to be here at Exa. My fans here in Mexico are the greatest. I mean, they're like no other fans anywhere else in the world. When I come to Mexico, I'm just immediately embraced with just love and gifts and hospitality, and it feels like family here. You know, it's like a second home for me. My heart is really here in Mexico, so it's a very special place for me, and the fans are incredible. The things I love from Mexico it's so hard to choose. I mean, you know, if I was to name one thing, it's impossible. But you know, I mean, the food, the culture, the art, you know, there's so many artistic people here, and so much creativity. The women are beautiful, and it's just a beautiful culture, you know. And growing up in Southern California, I feel I grew up with a connection to the Mexican and Latin culture, and I think ever since coming to Mexico and being embraced the way that I have been, it's just sort of allowed that connection and to grow, really, and become something really special to me. The energy of the Mexican fans is unparalleled. I mean, it's incredible. The thing about being a performer is, you know, when you're on stage, you're feeding off of the audience. So if the audience is just, you know, not giving you enough energy back, that's the show they're gonna get, you know, at least for me. And every time I'm in Mexico, the fans are giving everything to the performer. So
you're able to really feed off of that energy and give a really fun and energetic show. But yeah, so the fans, looking out and connecting with the fans in Mexico and all over Latin America really are, it's incredible. It's amazing.
Okay, so this next song is my newest song. It's called No Perdamos Más Tiempo, and goes like this. No perdamos más tiempo, si esto va viendo motivos para ir tan lento. Baila conmigo si sientes todo lo que siento, porque no hay más que decir. No perdamos más tiempo, no perdamos más tiempo. You got the plug, baby, dripping in Gucci, Versace, so tell me what's up, baby. Moving your body like that, it's just driving me mad, baby. Checking my rollie and we ain't got much time to spend, baby. No time to spend, baby. No perdamos más tiempo, y esto va viendo hay motivos para ir tan lento. Baila conmigo si sientes todo lo que siento, porque no hay más que decir. No perdamos más tiempo, no perdamos más tiempo. You got the plug, baby, dripping in Gucci, Versace, so tell me what's up, baby. Moving your body like that, it's just driving me mad, baby. Checking my rollie and we ain't got much time to spend, baby. Got no time to spend, baby. No perdamos más tiempo, si esto va bien no hay motivos para ir tan lento. Baila conmigo si sientes todo lo que siento, porque no hay más que decir. No perdamos más tiempo, no perdamos más tiempo.
The new songs that I've been putting out definitely have a different sound, different rhythms, and I'm definitely drawing from what I've been hearing and feeling every time I'm here in Mexico. When I'm playing festivals and I'm hearing other bands and seeing how the audiences are reacting and going, hey, I want my audiences to dance like that and get, that, and also just being immersed in this music and culture, and it just felt like a natural progression. There was no thought like, oh, I have to do this now to, I have to sing in Spanish now to do, because everybody's doing that. It was just a natural progression for me. I felt, I've been coming down to Mexico and all over Latin America for going on almost 10 years and hadn't released anything in Spanish. And it had dawned on me that I hadn't done that. So when I got back to the States, it was just the natural thing to do. And honestly, my approach to recording music is I just want to make music I want to hear. I don't want to make music somebody tells me to make or what's popular at the moment or whatever it is. It's just the music that I want to listen to is the kind of music that I want to play, And I think when I got back to the States after, being here and playing some festivals and going to some awards shows and just being inundated with all of this music, I just wanted to get home and be like, boom, get that Spanish rhythm in there, and it just felt like a natural progression. I think the audience is smart. I think the audience is smarter than a lot of artists give them credit for, and they can really see through authenticity. They can tell whether you're doing something just to jump on a bandwagon or you're doing something because it's really what you feel inside. And I think artists a lot of times don't know or don't think that the audience is as smart as they really are or in tune as they really are, and they can hear through and see through somebody that's just, oh, this is what's trendy now, this is what's happening now, compared to, oh, this person is really feeling this and this person is really giving their all to this. And as far as the content, clean content, I don't know, I've just always had, I've got fans of all ages and everything, so I try to keep as much of my content as family friendly as possible. It's not always. I'm guilty of being a little adult sometimes in my music, but for the most part, I come from the school of the Beatles, and the Beatles their whole message was, hey man, love, just love everybody. Love makes everything cool. Like if peace and love, and at the end of the day, if everyone just appreciates each other and loves each other, everything's gonna go right, and that's sort of the message that I really just want everybody to take away from my music. It always is just, I want it to put them in good spirits. I want them to, it's like my show, like Drake and Josh. I love to hear when, brothers who were fighting, or, brothers who couldn't get along, or family members that couldn't get along, but when Drake and Josh was on, for some reason, I've heard tons of stories where brothers or sisters just couldn't stand each other, and they're fighting and fighting and fighting, and all of a sudden they saw Drake and Josh, and they're like, wait a minute. We could totally be friends and hang out even though we're totally opposites and totally into different things. And that's, I think, what the overall message of all of my art is, really just community and bringing people together, and at the end of the day, just love,
All right, so this next song is called Fuego Lento. It's the first song I've sung in Spanish, so here we go. Nobody knows what happened to forever. People come just to go, and then it's like whatever. But when we get close, hands on your skin, you make it rain, and I could just dive in. So why don't we both get a little wetter? We could get it all at once, run the river dry as hell and then be done. But trust me, that's not what you want, and trust me, that ain't what I want. I want a slow burn, hot with desire. Baby, hold up, don't blow out the fire. Slow burn, that's how I want it. Now a little sweat never hurt nobody. Corazón, es el momento de enamorarnos a fuego lento. Y amor, tu movimiento hace que arde me queme por dentro. I want the taste, savor every second, and I know the place where I'm gonna get it. No need to rush, I like the chase, steady and slow, baby, this ain't a race. I know we're close, and you know where it's headed. We could get it all at once, run the river dry as hell and then be done. But trust me, that's not what you want, and trust me, that ain't what I want. I want a slow burn, hot with desire. Baby, hold up, don't blow out the fire. Slow burn, that's how I want it. Now a little sweat never hurt nobody. Corazón, es el momento de enamorarnos a fuego lento. Y amor, tu movimiento hace que arde me queme por dentro.
Well, I got a long story. I've been doing this for about 30 years. I started back when I was 5 years old. I was just a kid, a little rambunctious kid that wanted to do all these impersonations, and I'm running around, trying every accent, and, I'm that kid who, the teacher asks a question, and I answer them in their voice, and they're like, wait, what? It's the wrong answer, and they don't really like hearing the wrong answer in their voice, So I was just that kid, that was trying to make everybody laugh, and I was obsessed with classic comedy and old movies, and I didn't know how or where or what, but I just knew I wanted to get inside of that TV. I wanted to be on the screen, I didn't know how or what. Then one day my dad said, hey, maybe, is this something you'd want to do? And I was, of course, at 5 years old, yes, of course, get me out there. Because we tried Little League and baseball and soccer and all this stuff, and it just I wasn't reacting to it. I was trying to make my friends laugh instead of go and play on the soccer field, So entertainment just seemed the place for me, and did what every kid actor does, and went and auditioned like crazy, landed some things, and eventually it progressed into a semi-flourishing career that turned into, some movies and a really great TV show and some really cool stuff. And then I started playing music around when I was about 9 or 10 years old, and started writing songs, putting bands together, and fortunately, through my connections on television, I was able to really showcase my music to the world and get my music out there without having to fight to get on the radio or fight to get signed to a label. I had this really incredible outlet where I was in, everyone's bedroom and around the world, and they were able to hear my music without having to turn the radio on, and so I started to really be able to develop my songwriting and my music and everything like that, and then it's just been progressing from there, and most recently, I mean, I've just put everything pretty much into the music now, and that's where we are now. How did Drake and Josh change my life? Well, it's wild because it's ever changing. I mean, the popularity of the show has grown immensely from when we were on to when we got canceled to even 10 years later. I mean, it's just growing and growing and growing and becoming more popular, and I believe it's more popular in syndication than when we were actually airing the episodes, and I don't know, it's sort of become a culture in itself, I mean, so many people have connected with the show, and it's so relatable to so many people. Sometimes it blows my mind that I was even able to be a part of something that has grown to be so big where literally every single person on the planet has seen it or knows about it or can connect with one of the characters on the show or anything, and it's just wild being able to walk down the street and just strangers scream lines from your show and quotes from your show. It's crazy, and like I said, it's been an amazing outlet to be able to get my music out without having to fight to get on the radio and things like that. And also, like I said, I think it's really cool to be able to hear kids, picked up a guitar because I played guitar on the show, and they started making their own music, and brothers and sisters were able to get along, and I hear a lot that, the only show we could sit down together as a family, and I could watch with my kids and not pull my hair out, and my kids could watch it and they laughed and we'd laugh together, was Drake and Josh. And so hearing things like that, I mean, it's just so rewarding to have been a part of something that could do that.
All right, here we are still in X Alive, and I am going to play some more songs. Let's see, what should I do next? How about an oldie? How about this one here? Well, hello, let's go, everybody must know love's in my heart like a bomb, blowing a song inside I'm singing. It's sunshine that you're bringing now, and it makes me happy. Well, listen to the radio, playing back in stereo, it sounds like my favorite song. I'm humming along, my head is ringing, and I just can't stop singing now, 'cause it makes me happy. You're everything I need, handed from above. I can't get enough of your love, 'cause it makes me happy. Living in a daydream, I show you what it all means. Spending some time in the sun, let's get up and run. It's just beginning, and I just can't stop singing now, 'cause it makes me happy. Like a fantasy that you never find right in front of me all the time, and it makes me happy. I want it all, but not too much. I wanna feel the way you touch me. I'm the kind of guy who's always there to come and find you. Yeah. So save the rainy days for another time. I'm just here to say, read between the lines, I'm so glad that you're mine. 'Cause you make me happy, you make me wanna sing do 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 do. Thank you.
Where do I find the inspiration to write my songs? It's all over the place. I don't have a single method where I have a room I write in, and I have to have my candles set up, and it has to be the right time, and I have to burn sage, and it's just not, or oh, I'm heartbroken, I have to write a song about, I'm more of I get it from life in general, things that are happening, but also I'm just, at the end of the day, I'm really just a storyteller. Sometimes these songs that I write are complete fabricated stories that I feel, may connect with somebody. Like I had a song off my first album I wrote when I was 15 years old about a battered wife who couldn't handle her situation anymore, and there was no way out, and so she took to drastic means and ended up, doing some really, really bad things, and then, praying to God to forgive her and all this, that's not, where would I have drawn that experience from? That's just a story that I made up in my brain, and so sometimes it's just, I guess I would say I would come more from the school of like Paul McCartney songwriting more than John Lennon. I think John Lennon is more personal and inward, and I think Paul sometimes just wants to tell you a story, and that's kind of, I think, where I get my inspiration. The most difficult moment, there's been a lot. I've been in, I had a really bad car accident when I was about 19, where I broke my face and broke my jaw in many places and lost all my teeth and didn't know if I was ever going to sing again. My jaw was wired shut for months, and I was bedridden, and I couldn't work, I couldn't do anything. There's just been a lot of things like, in your life that make you realize, wow, this could all just be gone in a moment, and really how precious what you're doing is, and how important it is not just to you and yourself, but to all the fans you have a responsibility for, How would I want to be remembered in 70 years? How would I want to be remembered in 70 years? I would hope that, people would say he was open, he was honest, he was caring, he was loving, he was thoughtful. I just, there's, I don't know, I feel like, as an entertainer, there's a lot of times where you really are bearing your soul to the world, and when you're performing, it, I don't know, I just, you give a lot, so I just hope that, in 70 years, people just think, and that it was real and authentic and honest. I think that's really just, at the end of the day, I just hope that people say, man, he was honest and true, and I liked his music.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining me here on X Alive. This is my last song. I don't think it needs any introduction. Here it is. Well, I never thought that it'd be so simple, but I found a way, and I always thought that it'd be too crazy, but I found a way, if you open up your mind. It's gonna take some time to realize, but if you look inside, I'm sure you'll find So just turn around. Now that I know that anything's possible, I found a way, I found a way. No one can break what's so unbreakable. I found a way, yeah, baby. If you open up your mind, it's gonna take some time to realize. But if you look inside, I'm sure you'll find. Over your shoulder, you know that I told you I'd always be picking you up when you're down. So just turn around. No one cares what you give. You know you gotta live like you wanna live. When it's time to be free, you know you gotta be what you wanna be. If you open up your mind, it's gonna take some time to realize, yeah. But if you look inside, I'm sure you'll find. Over your shoulder, you know that I told you I'd always be picking you up when you're down. Just turn around. Thank you guys so much for being here at X Alive. Love you. Thank you.
Mis noches son tuyas, no te confundas.
Cada día que me levanto digo, bueno, qué bueno que fuimos valientes, porque la verdad es que sí fue una decisión valiente para los tres y también para ella.
Somos solo este momento, ahora es aquí. Desde el principio me hicieron sentir como en casa, como en familia, y esa fue la razón por la cual estamos aquí después ya de 2 años juntos. Si me traes el sol, no te olvides, no. Cualquiera está expuesta a las comparaciones, a que la gente hable, a que la gente prefiera una cosa u otra.
Playa Limbo en Exa Live. Transmisión especial, jueves 7 de mayo. Solo por las redes sociales de Exa FM.